Ever since the beginning of YouTube, one conversation has constantly been discussed: integrity. Whether it be clickbait, crypto scams, or Elsagate, YouTubers are always being morally questioned. However, over the last year, the conversation has only amplified to the point of controversy between creators, which could mean major change for every creator, including myself. But who am I? Welcome to Game Report. I break down new and old information regarding gaming and content creation to help provide a place for viewers to make their own opinions with a fuller picture of the situation. If you enjoy this video, engaging with it and sharing it truly goes a long way.
4, 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year! We did it!
As the new year began, people were hopeful that the pandemic was finally coming to an end, restrictions were being lifted, and life was starting to return to normal. This sense of optimism was reflected in the world of streaming, as things on Twitch were changing too. Streamers of all sizes, some needing a break from being entertaining, some looking for an easy way to entertain viewers, turned to rebroadcasting popular TV shows online. They scoured the internet, looking for anime series, reality shows, sitcoms, and dramas, using various tactics to avoid DMCA flagging. Initially, the idea of redistributing licensed content was laughed at, but that didn't last long, as the drastic viewer growth became addicting, creating the first meta of 2022. As expected, this also didn't last long, as these networks were swiftly made aware of the careless acts of these creators.
What the is Twitch?
Which resulted in constant bans for the rest of the month of January. It wasn't obvious before, it was definitely obvious now that this illegal form of live streaming was not sustainable, but the viewership made it worth it. This left streamers with contemplation. Do they go back to their typical streaming procedure and lose potentially thousands of viewers, or work to find legal ways to host watch parties with shockingly large audiences? Anyone would have done the latter, and that led them to YouTube. Not only were these creators able to stream near infinite videos to their communities without effort, but minimal interaction with the videos also allowed them to upload them to their personal YouTube channels with the ability for monetization. What a good deal. At least, that's what these streamers thought, but not everyone agreed. On February 11th, DarkViperAU, a passionate Grand Theft Auto 5 speedrun content creator, tweeted out the following: "All reactors are bad people. They exploit others to benefit no one but themselves. Collectively, they have stolen millions of dollars from actual creators and have stopped countless thousands from having a career," and attached a 14-page document further describing his opinion on the topic. Now, it would take me over an hour to recap the entire document, so I highly encourage you to independently read the document in its entirety to get a full understanding of DarkViper's opinion. Opens the document defining a reactor, which is very important for the remainder of the conversation. A reactor is someone who presents their first experience of a video as content, doing so with no idea if they have anything of substance to contribute as they haven't seen the content before. This is in contrast to someone who watches a video prior to the recording or streaming to assure the ability to add value, also known as a commentator. The next portion of the document discusses the main problems with reaction content. These include 1. Original creators spending hundreds or even thousands of hours to make their video, compared to the reactor only having to find and watch the video, sometimes getting millions more views than the original. 2. YouTube's recommendation feature is how the overwhelming majority of viewers find videos, and reaction channels take advantage of this fact by creating a mass quantity of posts utilizing high quality videos with little effort from the reactor, effectively stealing impressions from original posters.
Here we have one YouTuber who labors for a week to make one video. Here is Asmongold, who steals a YouTube video as a part of his live stream, and he makes it into a video for his channel, ending up with one video that normally takes a week to make, but instead it took him 30 minutes. He also has the added benefit of a live stream and the other videos made of his live stream content. What takes a YouTuber a week, Asmon can do in 30 minutes, but it gets worse. As Asman isn't limited to only reacting to one video, he can react to several. He can obviously also do this every single day. Now, who is more likely to bring themselves a greater amount of exposure, views, and revenue? Each of the individual YouTubers with 1 week's worth of labor and therefore one video, or Asmongold with 7 live streams and over 40 potential videos, collectively housing a year's worth of labor with a content variety and quality that can't be matched by anything but an army of creators?
3. Creators act first and request permission later. They use promises of promoting the video and boosting the original video's performance, which is unfortunately unproven. Then expect the original poster to find and take down the reaction video if they are unsatisfied with it. Again, you can find the original tweet in the description to get the most complete understanding of the situation. It is pretty obvious why this script was seen so controversial. It opened Pandora's box, causing everyone with a Twitter account to form an opinion on the topic, including multiple YouTubers. Now, DarkViper is specifically referring to live streamers taking reactions of YouTube videos and uploading them to the same platform. Well, what about taking content from other platforms and posting them to YouTube? For 6 years, SSSniperwolf has uploaded reaction videos almost every single day. Many consider her the pioneer of reaction content, being featured on YouTube Rewind and promoted by YouTube themselves frequently. However, she has grown a mixed reputation due to how she handles herself on Twitter. Speaking of pioneers, Jacksfilms has been on YouTube for longer than 17 years, before many had even heard of the platform. This gave Jack the opportunity to see the platform grow and evolve through different eras with different faces. And he has not been shy about expressing his thoughts.
Where does SSSniperwolf get video ideas? From fans. Cool.
I'm going to have to start charging you 20% since you get your ideas from me.
You steal ideas?
90% of what I upload are my ideas. People copy me, and then people like you get confused.
I invented reacting to other people's TikToks. Anyone else is copying me. Incredible mental gymnastics. Hey YouTube, you sure you're okay boosting her? Are you absolutely sure?
Wah, I can't stand that a female YouTuber is getting more views than me, even though I make the same content. Grr. Life is hard. For context, Jacksfilms made another channel where he copied my content for a few months thinking it would blow up and get millions of views. It didn't. Now he is mad.
As someone who has relationships with YouTube, you could imagine his frustration after seeing the platform choose to promote someone with predatory business practices rather than celebrate unique and creative works. But what exactly is Jack's issue with Sniperwolf's content? You see, Sniperwolf takes advantage of fair use laws, which we will be discussing later in the video, to repost 10 to 15 TikToks every single video. She does this by talking over the video and sharing her first impressions with the viewers. Seems familiar, right? Streamers use very similar tactics when watching their videos on stream, but Sniperwolf takes it a step further by intentionally limiting her commentary and vocabulary to appeal to younger audiences. When watching a Twitch streamer's reaction to a video, it is guaranteed you can find the original poster in the title, description, or in the video itself. Unfortunately, Sniperwolf watches a compilation of multiple short-form videos within her long-form videos, and only credits a small percentage of those creators.
To use a recent example from just 3 days ago, she features 19 videos, 13 of which don't have any identifiable usernames. We reached out to creators who've had their work featured in Sniperwolf's videos. And when we asked them if Sniperwolf and/or her team had contacted them about featuring their work, every creator said no, they were not contacted. Most of them were blindsided by the fact that Sniperwolf had been using their content, and some of them were pretty upset about it.
To be clear, Sniperwolf is not the only person who openly practices this. Channels like Reaction Time have been doing it for around the same time, and have received very similar criticisms. Jinx was practically bullied off the platform by many people like Jacksfilms due to his lackluster reactions and lack of transformative content. It is crucial for me to point this out, as many people, including Sniperwolf, have accused Jack of targeting her only due to her gender. Now that I have caught you up with the dramas and conversations from all sides of the internet, I would like to take the opportunity to break down exactly why reaction content is deemed harmful and provide an opposing opinion to those who support the concept. But before I do so, I would like to reiterate DarkViper's previous explanation of reaction content. From my research, a reactor is deemed someone who is sharing their raw, first experience of another creator's content. This is in contrast with a commentary channel in which the creator has researched and prepared the content in a way to benefit the viewer, not the creator. Argument of, it makes YouTube unsafe as people won't be held responsible for their actions online doesn't apply as it does not fall under reaction content. So what exactly is the problem with reaction content? There are likely hundreds of reasons someone would be against reaction content. However, I will be focusing on the main 4 reasons creators would be against reaction content videos being on YouTube. Firstly, it's illegal. Reaction content attempts to operate fairly due to a statute within copyright called fair use. As many of you know, copyright protects original works within art. This includes movies, TV shows, art, and even in some cases, YouTube videos. On the contrary, fair use laws protect the use of copyrighted content under 4 specific cases. 1. Commentary. 2. Education. 3. News and media. And 4. Criticism. I'm sure many of you are thinking, well, if commentary falls under fair use, that means React content must be legal, right? That's actually not always the case. Fair use only goes into effect if the content is used in a transformative way. What is transformative? It's the act of adding or enhancing the original video to improve the experience for a viewer. Someone looking at a monitor confused, saying, "What?" or walking away from their computer during the video for an hour is not deemed transformative and would likely be unable to hold up in court. If you are trying to look smart in front of your friends, this is the true difference between reaction and commentary videos. Second, finite viewership. Most viewers do not realize how complex YouTube's algorithm is, and even more do not understand the reason it exists. Most believe an algorithm is trying to serve you videos it believes you will enjoy the most. This is true, however, the reasoning is actually an attempt to keep you on the platform for as long as possible, rather than increasing your enjoyment while using the platform. And because the algorithm tries to find the best videos for you to stay on the platform, there are only a certain number of possible impressions a video can get while a user is browsing the site. Don't go look for yourself right now, as I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers in the month of August, and I cannot do that without your help. But if you were to go to your YouTube homepage, you will immediately see 6 to 8 videos which YouTube believes are perfect for you.
Even if you believe falsely that reactions to your videos offer you something of value, which we will look at later, what you do not see is every time any reaction video appears where your video would have otherwise appeared. Any time where one of your videos would have gotten an impression, except it then went to a reaction video.
In addition to React videos taking away impressions from hundreds of thousands of creators, they are also stealing even more views from the original video. It could be assumed a very large percentage of the people watching a React video would have been inclined to watch the original creator's video before watching the React video, therefore killing the drive to a channel and potentially hurting a small creator's ability to grow. Speaking from experience, it could take days and upwards of hundreds of hours for a 10-minute video. It is a lot of work and a lot of thought goes into any video, but it is comparably nothing when looking at a channel like Lamino, who is only able to upload once a year due to the length, quality, and detail in each of his videos. When a video at the level of Lamino's is reacted to, it is taking advantage of thousands of hours of work and redistributing it to their own audiences.
So in this scenario, we have 7 channels working 7 hours a day for 7 days to each create one 10-minute video. Each channel has worked 49 hours for their particular video, so in total, they have done 343 hours of labor for 50 minutes of content. This sort of labor, of course, if you paid for it, would be worth thousands of dollars. But these are all independent content creators though, so they upload to YouTube. Here comes Asmongold. He takes 20 minutes to watch each 10-minute video that took 49 hours to make. He then uploads each of these videos, one a day, keeping the entire 343 hours of work in his videos. He produces roughly 1.5 hours of content in 1.5 hours, which includes the 343 hours of other people's work. He then pays them nothing. Labor worth thousands of dollars. Nothing. If Asman produced the content himself, even as fast as they did, it would take him 343 hours. Instead, he has stolen it from others in 1.5 hours.
And lastly, market occupancy. Not only does a React video hurt creators who are fighting for views on the homepage, but when making a React video, the React video also becomes a direct competitor with the original video. Market occupancy is the idea of what or who fills a demand. A great hands-on example of this is YouTube search results. For this example, I will use SunnyV2's newest video about the fall of Salt Bae. Pretend I am a user who was informed of the video and was interested. As I search SunnyV2 Salt Bae, I am met with 3 results: the actual video and 2 reactions. Many people in this scenario would choose to watch the reactor's point of view, as they are getting to see another person's point of view as the reactor watches it for the first time as well. SunnyV2 now has to compete with his own video with other cameras overlaid, and little interference by the streamer. Keep in mind, SunnyV2 cannot benefit from these reactions. Outside of exposure, he will unlikely grow his audience and definitely won't make any profit from the relationship. So, how can this be solved to make the process more fair for all parties? Well, in order to make change, we need to first identify what is able to be changed and limit our scope. The people who are most negatively affected by reactors are YouTube creators, therefore YouTube. It is important to find a line of what needs to be solved and how. It's unrealistic for another platform like Twitch to be willing to interfere with the practice, as it would only hurt their platform. It's also unrealistic to expect the reactors to stop making React content, as the practice too greatly benefits them. DarkViper does a great job encapsulating this in How a Socialist Made Capitalism Worse. However, it is realistic for YouTube to be willing to step in to protect original videos and provide incentives for both parties. The remaining segment is speculation, not backed by any evidence or fact, and should not be taken as truth. There are many ways YouTube could make reaction content fairer. The first way, which I should credit to Ludwig, is to properly compensate the original creator. YouTube already has a detection system which any creator can find in their YouTube studio. It detects videos that use their content, including what percentage of the re-upload video is theirs and how much views the video has. The creator has the ability to strike, contact, and archive said video. These options can be helpful, but they're too absolute. Striking a video will take it down from public viewing and create a permanent penalty on the channel. 3 of those and the account gets banned. The contacting option is a coin flip. Majority of React channels are not operated by the reactor. Therefore, the only reason to contact them would be a takedown request, assuming they respond. And archiving just removes the video from the list of videos using your content. Ludwig suggests an ability to request compensation from the video in accordance with the percentage used in said video. For reaction content, it's expected 75 to 90% of the video is the original poster. Therefore, they should be entitled to that amount of revenue. I agree this would be very beneficial for original creators. However, I worry it would be taken advantage of by creators in controversy, something we have previously seen with creators like Quantum TV. Instead, I think creators should be given the option to set a revenue share for the use of their video. Someone who is pro-reaction and wants to encourage it will likely take a smaller cut than someone who isn't as willing to see their content posted by other creators. It is also something that should be deemed a privilege, with the ability for reactors to refute the action and, if found in the wrong, lose the privilege permanently, and maybe even monetization in general. Some would argue this puts too much power in the creator's hands. But at the same time, the pros and cons would make the reactors and creators more selective in their operations. Another option would be how the algorithm recommends reaction content. As we discussed, YouTube already tracks how much of a video is taken from another YouTube video. If the viewer is watching a large percentage of the original video, The original creator should be rewarded for that. I suggest the algorithm use this information to recommend more videos from the original creator rather than the reactor, especially with most of these videos being close to an hour long. The last option is completely front end. If you scroll down, right below the description of any of my videos, which you should check out, you will see a game in the YouTube gaming section. This is my way of telling YouTube what game is being featured on my video and what category of YouTube I belong in. This would be a perfect place for YouTube themselves to credit the original creator to help with conversion. This is also something the creator should be able to assign while preparing the video to be uploaded. This option definitely makes the least change, but would be a very large step forward for those against reaction content. It is very important to pick your fights, especially on a topic that affects millions of creators and billions of viewers. This video discussed the problem and potential solutions on YouTube, but there is still much left to be addressed on platforms like Twitch and TikTok. Though some, including DarkViper, think from the perspective of all content that isn't yours is theft, including platforms like Daily Dose of Internet, it is very important to look at the bigger picture and what will bring the most benefit to everyone. React content will never go away, and neither will meme compilations or easy ways to take advantage of others' hard work. I hope this video allowed you to learn more about the React content controversy and enabled you to think more openly about the conversation. Thank you for watching Game Report. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon.